Hello everyone, Tony from the RMI Fusion team, and I like a good fighting game. Like Malk, I do enjoy a very good fighting game. And I was hunting around the net looking for all my usual sort of stuff, and I found a free one. Yay! Everything is great when it's free. And the one I happened to find was Vanguard Princess. Yeah, a game with lots of women fighting, scratching, biting, clawing, and yeah, it's anime style, so don't not too excited over all things like this. Or somebody, I think I'm fapping off to some sort of hentai delusion. But strange enough, even though most revealing for the characters, this is not a hentai style fighter. There is a few out there, and they're practically rubbish. But hey, at least it's a playable game. But anyway, let's go with a little bit of history on this game. Now, right. First of all, this game on the initial side was, and still is for the Japanese version, a freeware title. There is a release that came out, I believe it was just last year, of a payable version which was localized into English. But other than that and a bit of censorship, there is no difference in the games. They're both practically the same. Now, one thing that's to go before we move on to the gameplay itself is who exactly did this. It was done by Tomaki Sugino, nicknamed Suge9. Now, does this name sound familiar to you? Oh, he only was one of Capcom's ex-sprite designers. Did he work on anything? Only this, and this? Nothing really that important, wouldn't you agree? But, like I say, he decided that he was going to make his own fighting game, and he actually done it with the Fighter Maker 2nd. Now, a lot of people sit there and they rate Mugen, and I never really sat down and played with Mugen. But after I saw this game, I was like thinking, wow, this blows anything Mugen does clean out the water. Definitely on that case. Because of with Mugen, they were just simple sprite rips, and if you look at a lot of original characters, they're really not very good. But what is good is this. It's basically, they say 2-on-2, but it's really 1-on-1. Basically, you've got your main character, and then you've also got your little sides, cute and adorable little character who will come in and interrupt on your behalf while you're fighting. Having a look at the list, we got a choice of 10 fighters. Yeah, not very much, but you're not really going to complain because they're all kind of cute in their own little way, and they all have very devious fighting styles. And the good thing is, this fighter engine 2 is actually a lot more powerful than what the Mugen and basically what it can create. Just look at the graphics in themselves. This game is quite old, but it still looks remarkably good. Now, you select your character and you select your little backup character. Yeah, most of them were all sitting there wearing very revealing outfits, so what's new? And one of the other things that you also notice, as well as having quite a nice soundtrack as well, the game actually flows very, very smoothly. It's not clunky, it's not missing animation frames or anything like that. All the characters are animated very, very well. Even the backgrounds are extremely, extremely nice, which is an amazing feat. This guy should have worked with Street Fighter, to give you the truth and honesty. Or he must have had some sort of input in it, because this game wouldn't play as well if he hadn't actually worked on anything that was on the fighting department for Capcom. Now, like I say, each character fights differently, and there's your whole typical sort of forte. I haven't really found a sort of thing that would deviate a Ryu and Ken clone, as all the girl characters in this really have their own sort of fighting styles. Including one that's basically got a wrestling style, and then there's one with guns, and it just varies the gameplay an awful lot. But one thing I do find very, very surprising is when you trigger off your super attack, you actually get a very nice sort of video overlay of the character come up before she starts laying the person out. Again, you can't see things like that in Mugen, at least I don't believe you can. The game itself, I find, is pretty balanced. I would say there's only 3 skill levels, which is a bit of a downside. But I usually find it's either too easy, just right, or if you're not good at the game, the computer will kick your ass. Let's say the gameplay itself is fast, it's quick, and you basically need to be very, very much on your feet to actually survive through this one. Does it have a final boss encounter? Yeah, it does, and she has her own dedicated little partner, which can be accessed through random luck. Yeah, on the Japanese version, I've kind of not found a way to actually access her through viable other means. I know she is selectable on the new American re-release edition, but then again, why do you want to pay for the game where there's very little difference between the two? They say they've cleaned up the graphics and everything like that, but I still think the graphics looks pretty good. There is a way to play this online as well, apparently, so we just need to see how to work that out. I do believe it's in the download package, so you can sit there and then play people all over the world on this. Yay, it's all fun. Now let me talk about the backup characters. Now there's 4 of them, and all of them seem to be various different ways. There's a sort of mecha girl, there's a standard sort of girl, and there's one carrying a big ball and chain, and there's another one. You have a support meter which slowly fills up during the fight. And then every now and then you could call your character in to actually come out and do a quick attack to block off your opponent's attack. So if they're coming in charging for you, you don't want to deal with it, or you're busy recapping over a move, you could quickly summon your little surprise character in. And it's basically like, haha, surprise. But there is points where she can miss, and you can get penalised for it. Or if the other character sits and strikes the other character quick enough, she will be put out of commission for a little bit. So it does make up for some more interesting tactics. I find the crossovers in this game where it attacks very, very handy on this. So you do actually get a lot of turnovers, and you can actually be quite tactful on this. All in all, for a free fighting game, this really, really is quite good and very playable. I know there's various other free fighting games out and about for the market, but they really just didn't appeal to me. But like I say, this one I really did like. The graphics are good, they're bold, and if you like your anime style, then this is going to be great for you as well. A lot of people will sit there and complain at the fact that but it's an all-female cast. You're not going to find me complaining, but then again, I'm a guy. But then again, even if I wasn't, I still wouldn't be complaining at things like this. The other side to the argument which they turn around with Skullgirls, they turn around and sit there and say, but the cast is all female. Yes, the game is called Skullgirls. Why should there be male characters in it? It's girls. And then they bowed into it, and then male characters start appearing, so then it became generic. And to me, it just isn't Skullgirls. This is just an all great, all female, punch 'em up, get in there and beat the crap out of people, and then just sit there and enjoy fighting. That's the best way to do it. As for the package itself, yeah, I'd like to see what the package could do myself, and see if any more great games have been created with it. This is ZXPecStar signing out, and I'll see if I can find a link so anyone can enjoy this and download this great little game. And I'll see you all soon.